So hi all, welcome to another video session. In this video, we will see this monthly transaction one, which is another LeetCode problem. This is a medium type problem. So in this problem, we have a transactions table in which the ID is the primary key of this table, and the table has information about incoming transactions. The state column is an enum of type approved and declined. We need to write an SQL query to find for each month and country that number of transactions and their total amount, and find the number of approved transactions and their total amount. We can return the result in any order. Okay. So now what we have to do, we have to write the SQL query for each month and each year. Okay. So this is the for each month and country. So this is the country and this is our date. Okay. So in this date, if you just go to the example, right? And if I go ahead and expand this one a little, see, the month is represented as the year 2018 and the month, that is 12. The date is omitted here. So we need not include the date. Okay. We need to group it by this year dash the month combination. Okay. And we also need to group it by the country as well. Okay. So let us first try to format this date. Okay. So how we are going to format it? The way to format it would be to select the date underscore format. Okay. This is a function, and within this function we have this trans underscore date, right? This is the date that we have, right? And what we need to do, we need to provide the format type. Okay. So in order for us to pick the year from here and the month from here, we can give a percentage sign, capital Y, dash, percentage sign, and then small m. Okay. Once, and from which table? The transactions table. Transactions table. Once we go ahead and hit on run, you will see it will format the date. See, let me go down and you can see that the date has been formatted. 2018 12, 2018 12, 2019 1. And now we need to use this date format. Okay. Let me go ahead and say that this is as month. Okay. So we need to use this month. We need to group it by the month, right? And we need to group it by the column as well, right? So let us go ahead and let us write the code. So we need this month. We also need the country as well, correct? And now what we need to do based on this, right? We will have to group it by the trans date, that is this particular date, and the country, and we need to order it also by the trans date. Okay. So let us go ahead and create that. So for that we will assign a row number here. Okay. And within this row number, we are going to go ahead, we are going to write over, and then partition by. Okay. And within the partition by, what we are going to add, we are going to add the date format, this particular date. That means we are going to group it by this particular date. Okay. And also by the country, comma country, right? And then order it by your this particular date again, because we want to make sure that the ordering is done according to this date. Whatever is the least date, that should come first. Okay. So once we do this, and this is in ascending, ASC as RN. Let me go ahead and run this. So only for the moment the date will come, then the country will come, and then this particular row number will come accordingly, right? You see. So this is like 2018-12 US, this is row number 1, 2018-12 US, this is row number 2, because both of them, they are the same, that's why row number 1, row number 2 assigned. 2019-01 DE, this is different row, this is a completely different tuple, so this is also row number 1, and this is also row number 1, correct? So this is something that we have done. Now what we have to do, we need to find out, okay, then the total number of transactions and their total amount. Okay, so we need to find out the total amount and the number of approved transactions, right? So you see the trans count, if you can just see from here, right, in the output, the trans count will be this particular row number, right, that we will get from here, and we need to only find out the approved count in this particular case, right? So we will work on that one, and we need to get the trans total amount. So what is the trans total amount? It is simply the total amount based on the month and the country grouping, right? And approved total amount is the total amount where we need to find out that among this grouping how many have the state as approved. So accordingly we also have to find that amount. So how we are going to do that one? Okay, so we can do it in this particular query itself. So let us go ahead and let us do it. Okay, let me go ahead and place a comma here. For this we will use a case statement. Okay, so let me put this in bracket, case. Okay, when my state is equals to approved, right? When my state is approved, this is my state, right? When my state is approved, then what is going to happen? Then it is going to give me 1 into the amount value, right? 1 into the amount value, because when it is approved then it will be 1, when it is declined then it will be 0. So when I need to find out the total approved transactions, I will grouping by this country and this ID, then what I have to do, I just simply need to multiply 1 with this amount and I will simply add them together. Okay, that is the point. So that's why 1 into amount, okay, else it will be 0, and then I have to place this as end, right? And once I do this, this will come out as your approved total amount, right? So this is going to be my approved total amount. Let me copy this alias name from here. Okay, then again comma, again we are going to use a case statement. So case when, and this time also the state is equals to approved, right? Then, but in this case we will only give the value as 1, okay, because we need the approved count in this particular case. So approved is 1, else it will be 0. Okay, and then we are going to end it. This will be as state. Okay, and then again give a comma, and then again we also need to provide one more. Okay, that is the actual amount. So let me go ahead and give that one as well. Once I click on run, you will see from this single table we will get almost all the values. This is comma state, okay, sorry, here there is one more comma, right? Okay, once I go down, let me expand this. You see this is the value that is coming, right? This is for month, country, approved total amount, the state, the amount, and the row number, right? So for 2018-12 US 0, okay, we have this particular amount. Now what we have, what we will do, if you go ahead and if we check this one out, right, this total amount over here, this total amount is the sum value of these two amount, correct? And based on this approved total amount, right, we just need to sum this 0 plus 1000 is going to be 1000 only, right? That's why if you just see the approved total amount, that will also come out to be 1000. So simply we just need to, now we need to just sum it, and that's it. So let us store this particular query, this entire table, in a temporary table with temp as this. Okay, let's store it. And now what we are going to do, we simply are going to do a aggregation here, right? So we need to select the month, we need to select the country, we need to do max of Rn, okay, because we need the maximum value, okay, because that is the trans count, that is the total count. So max of Rn will be at 2, comma, and obviously we need to alias this as trans count, okay, comma, the sum of the state as that will be our approved count, right, comma our sum of the amount, right, and that will be as total, that will be as trans total amount. Okay, then we will also have the sum of the approved underscore total underscore amount, correct, as this one only, the approved total amount. Let's alias it as the same approved total amount. And what we need to do, from which table? The temp table, right? And once we do this, we need to just simply group it by the month and the country. So simply we will type the month and the country, right? So I think this will solve the problem. Let us go ahead and let us run this. This has accepted. Let us go ahead and submit this. Okay, so this has given a runtime of 593 millisecond and it beat 65.18%. So this is a pretty efficient solution. So at one glance, this may seem a little difficult problem. Okay, this is an intermediate type problem. So we just need to go ahead, and if you understood this part, right, this table, then the second query, it becomes very easy, because in the second query we are just trying to go ahead and do aggregation, maximum of Rn. Okay, that will basically give us the total count, right, and sum of state, that will give us the approved count, how many of them got approved, and then sum of amount will give us the total amount. Okay, and then sum of approved total amount will give you the sum of the total approved amount. So whatever table we needed to create, right, that has been created in this particular query, which we have stored in the temporary table. If you have understood this, then obviously you will be able to understand this one as well. Okay, so I hope you really enjoyed this video. If you did, then please don't forget to like, share and subscribe my channel, and please don't forget to press the bell icon for notification. Thank you.